We're in the first room, and this piece is called Spell for Corner. The space I imagined as a preparing space, a kind of threshold room that begins your sort of entry into the other spaces. So it's a vaguely disorientating experience with the scale of the painting, and the optical experience of the painting shifts your sensibilities a bit. And so then you enter the middle room. At this point, it now has the remnants of a performance that happened at the opening. They're dressed in costumes that are alluding to part gold, nugget, alien, god, come organic form. They're sort of in a state of becoming and going in a way. So what we're left with is just the remnants of the performance and the emptied costumes. I suppose it gives you a sense that something has occurred, something has been, or something could happen again. The middle room, I always wanted to have a kind of instability about it, a sense of some sort of revolving almost energy, so that between the first room and the third room it was a contrasting experience of the informal, the abject, or the shameful act of shitting, but trying to somehow resurrect it or reimagine it as something otherworldly. It was a question about that. Why the shame? Why was something so normal that do we have this incredible shame? Why is it so shocking for everyone? And so I tried to make it as unshocking as possible. In a way, it was a sort of an attempt to understand how things shape us. So trying to get down to deep psychological triggers that or institutionalise us, and wondering if it's possible to reimagine those institutions within us by doing something counter to that. There's a great Buñuel film, you know, nice middle class people sitting down to a dinner party on toilets and shitting, and then when they want to eat they go to a private room. So he's just doing a simple reversal, and it's very effective. It's kind of shocking. I mean, it's just sort of, you know, they're just deeply ingrained sort of behaviours that you just don't question. It's a very gravity-bound performance that happens, and the gravity is echoed again in the next room, which is 3 sculptures, quite formal, that are based on my mother's ring designs. Going through, you know, her workshop and her drawings and packing things away, and found I was dealing with a lot of the same forms and questions and curiosities that she was. I hadn't ever seen these things before. Some cellular memory or something, I don't know what it is. As a way of, I guess, channeling the matrilinear knowledge back into the world, I've scaled them up and they become portals even. I'm trying to draw a relationship, I guess, from our first creative object to our next creative object, the formalisation of that into sort of big, very formal, solid objects. So in a sense, there's a sort of transition between one room and the next. I'm thinking of an ancestral passing down of knowledge or forms or shapes. The small ceramic sculptures, they're made of found objects, remodelled with clay and refired and glazed in the crackle Goldene, which is part of the name of the title of the whole show. They're full of cracks and stuff, so you can see the other object underneath it. So they're in a way haunted objects or possessed objects, both their former selves and this new self. So the whole 3 rooms together become a kind of passage or body, or between everything there's a kind of there's a sort of a thread of gold, money, shit, clay, the earth, the ancestors. It's kind of archaic. The opportunity of being at ACCA and working with Juliana and Hannah, having that curatorial encouragement and guidance that, you know, you can actually spread out and stretch out an idea of self across these 3 spaces. It's not just the luxury of having the 3 spaces, but the conceptual space to spread your thoughts My normal practice is very kind of dense and congested and excessive, I guess, but in this thing I've been able to unpack it, to sort of see the really formal aspects of it alongside the really informal, abject kind of performance.